I do not know what my hair is doing today, but the show must go on. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a DIY, or in other words, another episode of Overcomplicating Simple Recipes. Now this one is coming from the Instagram page of Tastemade. You guys were spamming my name in the comments of the spaghetti and meatballs sushi. It is just way too absurd for me to overlook. I'm only really doing this because you guys tagged me a million times, and I can't imagine that it's really gonna come out that well. So let's get right into it. So guys, as you can see in the original video, they use a real authentic sushi bamboo mat to roll up the final product. And if you remember from a long time ago, I did a sushi based recipe and I didn't have one. It came out like crap. So I was gonna attempt to try to find a way to tape or tie together a bunch of skewers because no stores have them. I don't understand why, but good old mom came through and let's just say borrowed a sushi mat from our local sushi restaurant. Shout outs to you, Mom. Everybody take a second and thank her in the comments for this. I just basically prepared it by rolling it in a bunch of layers of plastic wrap because it'll protect it from getting dirty, and I've seen a bunch of sushi chefs do this, so. Let's move on to the ingredients of this absurd recipe. I just grabbed some ricotta cheese and some spaghetti, fresh basil leaves, and some ground beef. We're gonna make some homemade mini meatballs in this one. And of course, some marinara sauce. This one's kinda cheap, but you can use whatever you want. So before anything else, I just prepped up my fresh basil and garlic. I diced up about 2 or 3 small cloves of fresh garlic, and then I rolled up really small and chopped some basil leaves. I don't know what you guys think this might resemble, it's just basil, don't worry about it. Also, it's not basil, as some of you freaks out there might want to say and tell me it is in the comments, just no. Anyways, I used a pretty simple recipe for the meatballs. I'll leave the original recipe down in the description. I just used some ground beef and that basil, breadcrumbs, egg, garlic, Parmesan cheese, just your basic meatball or meatloaf ingredients, and I gave it a light mix before I tried to form some mini meatball shapes. Now, I was trying to be pretty careful in not making these any bigger than like the diameter of a quarter. I know they are gonna shrink a little bit in the oven, but after all, we're making sushi with these things. You want them to be really small. And now that those were cooled down and baked, I can set them off to the side while I prep everything else. I boiled a pot of water with some salt in it, of course. I put in about a half of the box, a half pound of pasta. You don't need even half of this. I would say a quarter pound would probably work. And once my pasta was cooked up and strained out, I spent the next 30 to 40 minutes laying out each strand of spaghetti one by one. I almost lost my mind during this process, but I powered through it. This is probably the point that I would plug any type of like Audible sponsorship or anything, but no, I had nothing to do here. Now once I had all of my pasta strands laid out on my sushi mat, I tried to carefully chop off the edges just to make everything even and a nice square without cutting through my plastic wrap. And this is looking pretty good. So moving on to the last step, all you have to do is combine some ricotta cheese, some marinara sauce, and Parmesan cheese together as the base, the sauce, the something. And once that was mixed up, I laid that right down onto my sheet of spaghetti. I threw down some meatballs, and I really don't know if this looks good or like vomit, like somewhere in between. And let's just say it was kind of a nightmare to roll this up and try to get the pasta to stick together. I'm sure Tastemade used some sort of like glue or something not edible to make their pasta stay together. It's just, you already know they added something to make their sushi come out that perfect as it was in the video. Come on, don't lie to yourself. I did attempt to cut mine up into rolls. The pasta was falling apart. I did get a few pieces on a plate with some sauce and some basil leaves. I don't know, I guess I could just give this a try. I don't even know what to think of this. Like, I guess the colors kind of look cool with the green, white, and red. I'm not gonna eat a full leaf of basil right now. I don't even want to eat this. And I know it's in it. It's not even that much stuff. I don't know. Something about it. You are supposed to eat sushi in one bite, right? Oh my god. Just the texture threw me off. I love ricotta cheese too. Something about that was like too much. I think we have to chalk this up as like one of the unnecessary creative recipes out there. It's cool but dumb at the same time. There is no chance in heck that I would ever suggest any of you guys trying this out there. I don't know. Should I even rate this? I'll give it like a 3. Or how about a 4? Because it tastes alright. It's just eat spaghetti and meatballs, please. Put a little ricotta on the side if you want. Hope you guys enjoyed today's very strange DIY. If you did, leave a big like on this. Let me know what you want to see on Sundays, because I have time to make videos. I'm always stuck between the restaurant tests and DIYs. I don't know what to do, so let me know what you want to see. Have an awesome beginning of your week, and I'll see you right back here for another BuzzFeed test on Friday. Peace!